Sean Gris, we're going to go to you with story number 4. This is coming out of CNBC. I'll read you the headline, the first couple graphs, and I want you to comment. Here we go. Headline: how the cost of home buying and selling will change after landmark court loss over real estate commissions. And CNBC does key points. So let me give you the 3 key points that they've laid out. Point number 1, the recent $1.8 billion jury verdict against the National Association of Realtors and several top brokerage firms highlights mounting legal and market pressures on real estate commissions. Point number 2, a recent Keefe Bruyette and Woods analyst report estimated that $100 billion paid in real estate commissions annually could be cut by 30%, with as many as 1.6 million agents losing their source of income. And point number 3, commissions are already negotiable, but buyers' agents are likely losers as home buyers are more likely to bypass them or at least negotiate for lower fees. Now, John, before you comment, just for the record, the brokerage firm that I have, Condo, vulturesrealty.com, we are buy-side brokers. And typically when we work with any buyer who might want to work with us, we get them to sign a commission agreement, which is a fiduciary agreement where we are responsible for them. So we are buy-side brokers. We potentially are at risk. And I just want to put that on the record. So please go on, Sean. Why don't you give us some opinion?
Well, I mean, look, there's like a tremendous amount of confusion out there right now over what exactly all of this means. And
Yes.
Not only that, but there's now a complete free-for-all on the legal front, with all kinds of lawsuits being filed against, I mean, the lawyers are having a field day with this thing because we're talking about huge amounts of money. Not only this judgment, which actually the damages could be tripled by the judge.
Yes.
So, I mean, it's just basically put the National Association of Realtors out of business. And so, but really the crux of the matter is why do you hire a realtor? You hire a realtor for access to the multiple listing service, which is sort of the private database where homes are listed for sale. And, when I think of hiring a realtor, that's the reason I hire a realtor, is for access to that database, which I don't have as a private individual. So what is that going to look like after all of this is said and done? And will there be a multiple listing service, basically a closed database that's only available to realtors? And obviously the commission structure is a part of that whole system. So it's going to be really interesting to see what comes out of this sort of mess that the realtors are in now. And, as to whether this is actually in the end going to be good for consumers or not, I have no idea. I mean, all these numbers are flying around, billions of dollars in lost commissions. I think that, we don't know yet. We don't even know, what it's going to look like after all this is said and done. So I think it's a little premature to say that, realtors are basically going to be on the streets. So I think we have to sort of wait and see and see what happens to the National Association of Realtors, all the realtor associations here, and how their sort of locked system of data, the multiple listing service, what that's going to look like, and how people are going to get compensated. Because, if I'm a seller, I'm happy to pay a commission for you to bring me a buyer. I mean, that's what I want. That's why I'm selling my home through a realtor on the MLS. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens. And certainly, certainly the business of Florida is real estate. So, I mean, it's, everybody's a realtor here, or everybody knows a realtor here. And this is the business of Florida. I mean, even tourism is a funnel for real estate. So, I mean, this is what it's all about. So, I mean, for Florida, it's a critical question, and everybody's going to keep a very close eye on it.
Now, I want to open up the floor, but let me just throw on a point for everybody to keep in mind. So in Florida, once you get a real estate license, and it takes about 63 hours, you sit in a class, you pass the class exam, then you pass the state exam. So 63 hours, you get a real estate license. Now, Because you have a real estate license, you can represent somebody. And I have a broker. I have broker status. I don't really do deals. I do them if it's a big deal. Otherwise, I'm not going to like mess around. But basically, 63 hours, you pass a class exam, then you pass a state exam, then you're in. Then you got to do continuing education every 2 years thereafter. But the basic point is, if I want to join the Realtor Association, just like if I am a sailor and I want to be able to dock my boat within the club, I'd have to join the sailing club. If I'm a golfer and I want to play a golf course, I'd have to join the country club in order to play that course. So somebody who has a real estate license, their next gig is to go ahead and join the club, which is called the Realtor Association. And to give you context, in the Miami Realtor Association is about 60,000 members, according to their club, or according to their website. Now, dues are about $1,000 a year. So if you do some rough math, we're talking about $60 million that's being generated annually. And what is the primary driver for this? You get to use the database, and the database is where you are able to list a property for sale. Now you say, okay, that's fine. But if I hire a realtor to list my property, you see the sign for sale. Well, effectively what the realtors say is, if you're going to go ahead and join the club, then you are going to list a property in this MLS. You have to offer it to other members of the club to be able to come in there and make a commission. And that's really what the lawsuit is about. And I'm not an attorney, Chuck, you're an attorney, but basically, if you want to put it in the MLS, you have to offer a commission to other members of the club. Now, what a lot of people don't realize, and this is according to a professor over at FAU, Florida Atlantic University up in Boca Raton, roughly 80 to 85% of Zillow, I remember a lot of people use Zillow, 80 to 85% of Zillow's listings, their information, everybody plays this Zestimate, the Zillow Zestimate. Well, most of it is MLS listings. Most of it is MLS listings. So you can see how closely it's tied in. And also, too, before I open to the floor, let me just remind you, earlier this season, we did a podcast talking about how one of the multiple listing services, which is a database for realtors, it actually got hacked and it got shut down, and it shut down one of the markets. I think it was Cincinnati or something, where nothing could be done because everything was being driven forward through that. So, MLS listing is what you would call a regular listing. People who are going for sale by owner, they're doing we buy ugly houses. They're doing what's called off-market type of product because they're not being listed in the MLS, and no commissions are being offered openly to the buy side of the transaction. So I just wanted to clarify that. I don't know if anybody has any comments.
Well, the other interesting thing is, what is that going to do to the business model of the traditional real estate brokerage? I mean, is it even going to be around? And of course, again, this huge business in Florida. I mean, just enormous business. So the implications of that are quite significant.